What you making, DIYers? It's Walker with DIWHY.LIFE. And in this episode, we're going to be checking out the Galphi Q2 4K Dash Cam with Wi-Fi. Pretty sure this is the wiring unit, and then this is the dash cam itself. Let's start with this one. Yeah. This allows you to wire the dash cam so that it has constant power while your car is off, so that it can monitor around your car while it's off. All right. Oh, it's a little guy. It's kind of a small little box here. Galphi, Galphi, G-A-L-P-H-I, Q2 4K Dash Cam with 5G Wi-Fi. Compact design with big performance. Hey, it's like you, Remy. Greetings from Galphi. Thanks for choosing Galphi Q2 4K Dash Cam. We have dedicated customer care team, yada, yada, yada. All right, right off the bat, we got a manual, user manual, information on how to operate it. Got a warranty card, quick setup card, and this, let's see what this says. Paste the electrostatic film on the front windshield. That's for sticking it to the windshield. Well, here's the dash cam itself. It's got a sticky foot, technical term. Yeah, it's pretty small, compact, has a little lens protector film on there that we'll remove right before we go to use it. Leave it on there for now. Looks like it's got a power button on the side. It's got a microphone. It's got a USB, that's probably where it gets its power, and it has an SD card. It's shipped with a 64 gigabyte SD card. It's pretty sweet. Probably just tried to put that in there backwards, didn't I? There we go, back in. So nice. And let's see what else is in here. We have a DC power adapter here with the USB on the back, which we really won't be needing because my car has USB built in. Actually, we're not going to be using any of this because we're going to be using the wiring kit. This is some kind of a pry tool. These little sticky mounting points. This looks like a, oh, this is one of those tools to like open a SIM card for cell phones. I wonder if there's, I don't know what that's for. And then there's more foam stickies. Yeah, and that's it. There's nothing left in the box. So let me read through the manual here, the quick setup guide, get familiar with the process, get confident, and then let's move on to the vehicle and we'll get it installed. And maybe we'll cruise around a little bit and see what it looks like. Sound good? All right. So here we are in my 2022 Ioniq 5. I can't believe I've already had this thing almost 3 years. Love this car, it's great, fantastic. I probably should do a video on it pretty soon. But here's the dash cam we're gonna install inside here. And normally what most people would do and what the instructions for the dash cam say to do is to adhere the dash cam, you know, to the windshield, kind of behind the rear view mirror, so you don't necessarily see it. And I've got several problems with that. The first of them being, if you have a webcam up here, the person in the passenger seat here is going to have a webcam basically in their direct view, which I don't really like that idea. B, when you run the USB cable from the camera over, you got to run it up here, and then you got to run it over there, and then you got to run it down, and you got to run it all the way around and underneath, and it's just a lot of cable management that I really don't feel like messing with. And 3, ideally I don't even want to see the dash cam. If it could be hidden from my view, and if I don't see any wires, that's like the best case scenario for me. So I've thought about it, and the thing I've come up with is the Ioniq 5 has this nice display panel right here. It's got 2 displays on it, and it's kind of like a, flat screen of sorts. This is a common thing I'm seeing with a lot of cars these days. They'll put a flat panel display here, and then you'll have a surface back here that's pretty much free of anything. And my idea is to put the dash cam behind this so I don't see it. The only problem with that is there is a bit of a ridge. The dash kind of goes up at an angle, and so you need to raise the dash cam up a little bit so that it can see over the dash and see out, the front window. So I made this little guy out of a bunch of pieces of foam core. I just kind of stacked them up to the size that I needed. And what this does is it makes a little stand here that I can put the dash cam on, and the dash cam will be supported and it'll be raised up and hopefully high enough to where it can see the road out in front of me. Originally I was going to put it here behind this screen, but when I was driving home the other night, I noticed that as I'm driving, the steering wheel here covers this part of the display, the top part of the display. It actually cuts off these corners of the screen here too, which I don't really care. But the wheel does conceal this part of the display, so if I put the camera literally right here front and center when I'm driving, I don't know if you can see that with the camera here, but I literally can't see any dash cam. In addition, the USB would just have to go boom, right out here, right down here, along here, and down here, and then you're right there. So maybe 1 or 2 feet of cord management, and so I'm excited about that. The only little annoyance about this scenario is the dash cam is now upside down. So I have a feeling that when I open up the app on my phone, or when I review the videos and pictures that it takes, I don't think it's smart enough to flip everything around. I have a feeling that all my videos and photos are going to be upside down, which is no big deal, because if you ever really want to go back and watch a video, you can flip a video pretty easily. So I'm not super concerned about that. But that is just a little of an annoying part about it. So yeah, let's get this thing installed. Let's get it wired in with our wiring kit, and let's see what it can see. Okay, we've got our components here. This is our wiring harness. This is the end that plugs into the webcam. So we'll go ahead and just plug this in real quick, and we'll make sure that this is centered where we want it to be, right over the steering wheel. And we'll just kind of do some quick cable management here. I'm just using some black gaffer's tape because it doesn't leave any sticky residue. Okay, let's see if this tape will stick any better. Maybe a little bit better. Let's get another piece on here. And just to make sure, I'm pretty sure I already tested this, the door closes fine. And all we see is that little tiny wire right there, which is pretty hard to see. Now there's a video I found by the same company that makes the dash cam. They also make the wiring kit, and it does a really good job of explaining what the process is here. So I'm not going to go into a ton of detail, but essentially what we're doing is we are accessing our fuse panel, and we're identifying a fuse, one 15 amp fuse that runs constantly, constant power, and one 15 amp fuse that is something that only runs when the car is on. They call it ACC. And the idea being that when the car is off, it'll be in car monitor mode, and I think it takes a picture every 5 seconds or something while the car is off. And when the car is on, it's in regular video recording mode. And the camera is smart enough to know if the car is on or car is off based on what power supply is feeding it. So I've identified the child lock doors as my constant, and I've identified my USB charger as my ACC that I'm going to use. So all I got to do is pull these two fuses, put them in these fuse adapters that they give you, and then plug this into my fuse panel, and we are off. I've identified this screw here as a ground, so I can go ahead and remove this screw while I steal the ground wire from my harness. Screw this back in place. All right, now the ground is secure. Now we will punch in. Let's double check here. Our USB is 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 1 2 3. It's this guy right here. That one's in, and our child lock is the one up here in the corner. There we go. And the red one to red one, give it a little crimp. All right, I'm feeling good about that. So we need to wire the yellow one to the constant power. Okay, and give it a little crimp. All right, the thing is yelling at me to format the SD card, which is a good sign. Happy with that. I can replace my fuse box. Yeah, and that looks nice and clean. I'm not seeing anything down there, so I'm happy with that. Okay, she is yelling at me to format the SD card. I believe you format it by just pressing this button.
Formatting is completed.
Huh, that was easy. All right, so maybe it's already started recording. So the one thing I do want to do, I already downloaded the app, but let's pair it. Maybe we got to go into the Wi-Fi here and choose the camera. Here it is. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Hopefully that you can change that. And then we'll go back to the app here and say add camera. There we go. All right. And look at that. Just like I thought, our video is upside down. Looks like we are recording video. So the thing is now recording video. Let's drive it around a little bit. So as you can see, it's behind the steering wheel here. I don't even see the camera, which is nice, exactly what I wanted. All I see is this little bit of cord right there, which might be able to tighten that up a little bit. I'll go ahead and put the dash cam footage on the screen now so you can see exactly what the dash cam is seeing. And we'll see if, I think it's probably high enough, probably gets everything I need it to get. Time-lapse mode. Let's go to park, turn the car off.
Start time-lapse video.
Yep, so now it's in time-lapse mode. And just like that, we've installed our dash cam. Seems to be working properly. I've posted the video here that you can see and review. What do you think of the quality? What do you think of the image? Let me know in the comments below. If you have any questions or comments about the dash cam, please leave them below. If you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. And we'll see you next time.